Hoo-ha! There we go again. It's working, and we've got a 3v3 graciously provided by Nightcat06. We've got krasi0 as the white Terran, tscmoo Zerg as the brown Zerg, and as the teal Terran, tscmoo Terran. Hey! At the other end of the map we got tscmoo Protoss as the purple Zerg Microwave, and of course Big Game Hunters bot by Mr. Nightcat himself. And that is all I know for now, because it's a 3v3. I hope it's a top versus bottom, but I don't know. We are just going to have to find out. The start of the game, you see things like depots, overlords and pylons being built, which is not all that interesting, so pardon me if I speed it up. I hope the overlay isn't distorting things too badly, but I don't really have an overlay for normal brute war resolution anymore. That's a big pity. Then again, we see two probes going after this base here. They are going to do scouting or no harass, so these could be in a team together. And we see a couple of Zerglings of tscmoo Zergs moving out, meanwhile making another hatchery and an extractor. All nice and games. Oh, apparently white and green aren't in the same team, because I saw green shooting at white. So these are not a team. I would say perhaps all three tscmoos in one team, taking a base at the other end of the map, always a good idea, don't know why, because you've got pretty much all the money you need, even to extract two geysers. And it's going to be a bit of a muddle and a mess to cast this game. Of course, I can also set it to slowest, but I'll keep it at fastest for the time being until something interesting happens. So, 3v3 is a relatively recent invention, started 2 weeks ago, and it's all about chaos. Of course, the game Big Game Hunters is a chaotic map in itself. It's not balanced at all. And it's very unfair, because as you can see, this base here's got its own natural until it hits on the mainstream of the map. Same can be said for this map position as well. But if you are in this base, you really haven't got anything. You share one expansion with the other player here. This player there has got an expansion-ish of its own with a very weird gas placement. And it's all going to be a big mess. Okay, so purple attacking Microwave, attacking tscmoo. tscmoo Protoss fighting for its life, but there are Lings in the main, and that's not good. Lings in the main are not good. Of course, one Zealot can do quite a bit. And the probes aren't really defenseless by themselves, but it's going to take a while. The Zerglings of tscmoo Zerg growing in numbers, and you really got to not to let them get out of hand too much, because if you do, it's going to be a big mess. krasi0 taking some preventive measures, going for Fire Bat, which of course does excellently well against Zerglings. Now the Zerglings of tscmoo are breaking out, perhaps in an attempt to rescue the yellow Protoss, which is also called tscmoo. tscmoo, of course, being a prolific author, having made 3 bots, which so it doesn't play random, but has got 3 bots. All of them have been pretty decent, to say the least. Haven't been updated in forever. And now tscmoo Protoss and tscmoo Zerg are setting up an attack, it looks like, until on krasi0. So they are gangbanging on krasi0, that's always nice. tscmoo Protoss going for, I think, some kind of tech, a couple of gateways, and taking some shots at the overlord of Microwaves. Microwave, meanwhile, taking a long time to make any kind of units. As we can see, it's got a lot of money banked. I think it's trying to build a spire, but isn't really doing so, because I think first it would need... oh dear, tscmoo Zerg now blocking this way for Protoss, and if this probe isn't being attacked, I can safely assume that tscmoo is going to take on the world. For now, Microwave, there we go, must be, it's a Hydra Den. I've got my my delicious unit information screen again, and it says, okay Google, let's create an army, smiley. And now making all kinds of interesting drones, and a couple of Hydras. So, for now, we've got Big Game Hunter Bot sitting about, making a lot of sunkens, wasting a lot of money, having no units whatsoever. You can see the supply, it's very low. Microwave being supply blocked for some reason, because the Overlord just kicked it. krasi0 doing okay versus the Marines of and the probe of tscmoo, but the link numbers are going wildly out of control. The question is, if a single defiler will pop up, this mass of links is going to do terrible damage. Nice concave despite the enemy being here, and tscmoo Terran making another concave here, so these vultures can't get too much done. Protoss meanwhile moving out, and tscmoo Terran coming to grips with the first scouts of microwaves. Microwave really lagging in supply, that's unfortunate. Big Game Hunter Bot 30 as well, and krasi0 is really towing the line for team not tscmoo with a lot of units, but it has been rather contained. Of course the medics are still stuck in oh, there they come, in the lines of the Zerglings. Oh dear, battle, let battle come to me. krasi0 holding strong, not losing anything at all, going for some mech upgrades and more SCVs, doing okay. The rest of the team, microwave, I don't really know what's going on. What's this? Microwave just losing stuff randomly in the middle of the map. Not really equipped to deal with big game hunters, it seems. tscmoo Protoss growing in strength, krasi0 meanwhile pushing out, pushing back the Terran hordes to take this natural. It's got quite a number of SCVs, has been producing all the time. Don't know what that's about, but I don't think it's got an SCV manager, especially for big game hunters. tscmoo with a huge concave here and a muddle there, going for only Zerglings. That's quite an interesting build. And money-wise, it's doing okay. It could do with a couple of Overlords more, but I think, yeah, there we go, there they are. So, tscmoo Protoss going for the Reaver, which is good. And it appears to be a matter of when Big Game Hunter Bot and Microwave will get off their respective behinds and contribute something useful to this game. tscmoo Protoss though stuck with two Reavers in the middle of the map, waiting perhaps for a scout. God, a scout. And a scout speed and a shuttle. Oh, shuttle speed and a scout, I should say. krasi0 running out of building space because still his building placement isn't all that optimized. Microwave losing another Overlord. And the scout now of tscmoo harassing these two Hydras. You can do that, but it's not really optimal. tscmoo taking more and more buildings, an observatory and a shield battery. Meanwhile, I should wonder. Oh, here is the shuttle with two Reavers, and it's going to take down quite a number of Hydras. So Microwave had better do something soon, especially. Oh, it hasn't even got that much money. And now tscmoo is just rolling into things with the Reavers. This Scarab is going to dud horribly, and it's going to do just a lot of damage to the probes. For the time being, it seems like, this scout is doing work in the middle of the base of a Big Game Hunter Bot. Big Game Hunter Bot with barely an army of its own. I don't know what is happening, but Microwave and Big Game Hunter Bot are letting the side down quite badly, while krasi0 is left to fend for itself in the top left, and krasi0 of course is a quite astute defender. Can do quite well. It's got a lot of money banked. I think it's only building high-tech units and no Marines. And we'll have to defend after, because this can't be long surely. All the drones have been killed. Going to speed it up just a tad. And Microwave says, tscmoo Protoss, I think you are winning this game, which is an accurate description of things. Then again, the other tscmoos have switched to Mutas now, so we've got quite a number of Marines, Mutas and Zerglings. krasi0 meanwhile going for more tanks and Cloak. I don't know what that's about. And Big Game Hunter Bot going for a lot of units, defending against a couple of Zerglings, and now finally building an army, so that's good. Then again, there are two scouts already, and God, look at all the sunken witches. terrible because no one's ever going to come with a land army from here if it weren't tscmoo Protoss with a shuttle with a couple of Reavers. So that was basically Microwave, which is still in this game but with no units, so will take forever. tscmoo Zerg and tscmoo Terran are mulling about like mad. krasi0 is left to defend for itself with 2 tanks, a lot of assorted other units, and yeah, taking a natural goodbye Microwave. Microwave has left the building. And now it will mean that this passive big game hunter bot and krasi0 are going to suffer all the damage in the world by these 3 tscmoo players. And we've got a shuttle here, which has been shut down by these turrets. That's good. krasi0 now taking this position here, all the while pushing back tscmoo Zerg, and with the Goliaths and the tanks doing pretty well. A couple of more tanks wouldn't harm because there are so many units. Look at this nice concave by tscmoo Terran with the Zerg doing quite the same. Zerg now harassing krasi0's base here, but with all the Goliaths and the turrets, Mutas aren't really efficient, and with all the money situation as it is, krasi0 now on 2 base, I don't think krasi0 is going to mine out anytime soon. Supply-wise, krasi0 125, tscmoo Protoss were at 140, big game hunter bot with 51 and supply blocked, and tscmoo Zerg with only 63, only on 1 base. It could build a little bit more, but it doesn't really seem to be equipped for big game hunter adventures. What was I saying? Now krasi0 trying to, suffering a little bit from the Zerg here, but moving back. Couple of Hydras moving out, finally, from big game hunter bot. Supply block like a beep, and taking down a base of tscmoo Protosses. That's pretty well done. krasi0 shutting down another base of tscmoo Protoss with 4 Goliaths, and of course that's a pretty nice play, krasi0 being the dominant bot for the time being. Building units all over the map with a Valkyrie, of course you're going to need that. Oh god, look at all the Zerglings of tscmoo Zergs. And I think it's a good thing that tscmoo Zerg isn't getting any more bases, because if it did, it would transition into hive tech quite soon, and with defilers and unlimited money, unlimited Zerglings, I don't think it would be much fun at all to play against tscmoo Zerg. tscmoo Terran going with a huge bio army on the warpath. Ooh, and an ugly storm. Oh, well, it's a beautiful storm from the perspective of tscmoo Protoss, and a couple of firebats cleaning up a mech army of krasi0's. Have you ever seen anything like that? So krasi0 taking a horrible blow. tscmoo Protoss with the Dark Templar and 2 shuttles with the Reavers and Templars each. Scouts all over this. And big game hunter bot doing okay because it can't really be touched, building lots of Hydras and having tscmoo Zerg now going for a small attack, but this stalwart bunker beating them all back. And krasi0, it's not really working at this point, is it? Because we've got 3 enemies all at once. krasi0 now with the Wraiths doing damage to the science vessels. That's good. And tscmoo Protoss, I think without upgrades, is having a hard time versus all these Goliaths and bio units. krasi0 going for more and more units out of all these production factories, meanwhile supported by a handful of Zerglings by big game hunter bot. Big game hunter bot coming into its stride, but it's really having a hard time keeping the overlord numbers up. It's constantly supply blocked, and also its mineral income is severely hampered by the tendency to build lots and lots of Sunkens. This Wraith now being let loose among the overlords, being attacked by a handful of Mutas, but the Mutas are also trying to defend and harass for the time being. Oh, there goes the Wraith. GG for Mr. Wraith. And tscmoo Terran with 3 science vessels, lots and lots of bio. krasi0 doing quite well considering, and considering, hello, how many shield batteries do you need, please? krasi0 got the top supply, so 130, 180. Supply-wise, team not tscmoo is about 20 or 30 up. Then again, it would need to account for the silliness which is tscmoo Protoss with a lot of high-tech units like scouts, reavers and shuttles, and not really many fighting units. Oh, here's a small battle going on. Lots of links being stormed, but for now, ooh, that is really damaged. Oh, and an Archon in the shuttle. I don't know if that's any use, but you never know. And Big Game Hunter Bot finally finding the time to build more than 58 supply. And these links being healed by a medic of krasi0s, that's pretty neat. tscmoo can't really get out because it's only in one base, 2 hatcheries, and there is a bunker with upgraded marines with medic support, a couple of Goliaths and SCVs, Wraiths, Hydras mulling about. For now, krasi0 is bringing the fight to tscmoo Protoss. Where are tscmoo Protoss units? Well, we've got a Reaver here with an Archon, which is good. And the Reaver is falling, which is not so good. More Reavers being built, but they are being shut down by a Big Game Hunter Bot. Meanwhile, krasi0's bunch of Goliaths, and Goliaths are pretty pro. We saw earlier in the match with the, what are they called again? The krasi0 versus Iron, that Goliaths can be quite good if used by an AI in sufficient numbers, so that's a sight to behold. krasi0 taking a base right across the middle of the map. Oh, and we've got a Zergling incursion with a lot of drones for support, but krasi0 with the repair and a handful of Zerglings of Big Game Hunter Bots coming to the rescue, and tscmoo Zerg being beat back. I don't know what the drones were thinking, but obviously they were being attacked. A Vulture of krasi0's. Oh, finally I can see the kill numbers again, that's cute. Got some kills, got 4 kills now being let loose among the drones, but the mutas of tscmoo beating some back as well. krasi0 now taking to pieces tscmoo's bases here and there, so this is the last safe base of tscmoo Protoss. Has it got money? Yes, it has, but it would rather build something here, because this base is under attack by krasi0, and krasi0 really bringing the fight to everywhere. tscmoo Terran abstaining from basically anything, seems to have not stalled because it's building stuff. But where are all the units going of tscmoo Terran? And now krasi0 taking down this base, taking down that base, occupying the middle with a lot of buildings. It's got the science facility with the covert ops, and krasi0 is really... I don't know if that earlier game against Iron is an indication of the state of krasi0, but krasi0 appears to be getting more and more dominant. It only shows you how good an author krasi0 is, a coder, and he's just a monster, because now he's taking all the tscmoos in the world, with the accidental support of a handful of Zerglings and Hydras by Big Game Hunter Bot. Of course they come late to the party. And krasi0 also taking down this base, so tscmoo Protoss is dead. It's got no more money, it's got a probe, so it might come back. It would be the most epic comeback of all times. Then again, you never know, it's tscmoo, and it's you can't really see anything from that. One moment please, back in a sec. Sorry, that was the front door, and of course the butler being out, I can't really do much about that. But I thought it would be a shame to pause the game, and as you can see, krasi0 with the white and the blue of Big Game Hunter Bot are all over this. And now it's just down to, because tscmoo Protoss is rather deadish, and doesn't look to be building anything anytime soon, krasi0 is all over the map. It's got bases everywhere. It's got a nuclear silo, and it will be maxed soon, so I think while krasi0 is getting more and more dominant in the Brood AI scene, I think it's time for battle cruisers and nukes. Because it's once you've won, you've also got to do fun things, and tscmoo thinks, well, it's better to do fun things while not having won. tscmoo Protoss building, restarting the game in this corner of the map, but I doubt it's going to get many things done. krasi0 rolling with the mech and bio army. Ooh, that's a very good irradiate, rolling into tscmoo Zerg's base. And tscmoo Zerg might be the first one to drop from the game because the Protoss of tscmoo is still there, and might be looking to building another. It's got a scout, couple of observers, some bases, some buildings here. Yep, going for another probe, doubling the economic power, but krasi0 is on it. tscmoo is dropped from the game. Goodbye tscmoo Zerg, says Big Game Huntersbot. And that's pretty ballsy, considering krasi0 is doing all the hard work and Big Game Huntersbot is basically building sunkens. But hey, you never know. And now it's up to tscmoo with a couple of relic neuters, which are still regenerating. And oh, krasi0's over the Protoss as well. So that was the Protoss. And krasi0 doing it with just a handful of units, keeping the mainstay of the army here. It's got 75 SCVs, that's quite a lot. Might do some trimming with that if it enters the later game stages. And now building tanks from all corners of the map, and it's so congested in the middle of the map, krasi0 and Big Game Huntersbot can't really move about very much anymore. Now it's up to tscmoo with 100 supply to hold off the infernal armies of krasi0 and Big Game Huntersbot. In the latter case I would say, well, you got a chance, but seeing krasi0 take the map like this, in storm, in force, and tscmoo Protoss is still somewhere. Oh yeah, we've got a pylon here. And an observer, 3 observers and a pylon. And there are more observers. Oh, there is a scout. And 2 observers, basically a scout, a handful of observers, and a pylon. That is tscmoo Protoss. tscmoo Terran now dropping to 80 supply because krasi0 is finally bringing the tanks, and if the tanks ever reach the front, I think that tscmoo Terran will be in no position to hold this enemy. A couple of irradiates on ghosts, that's good. A couple of EMPs on the medics, that's krasi0 for you. Just pulling all the stops, being maxed with the bank, taking down all the enemies methodically as can be. tscmoo Protoss dropping like a fly, and Big Game Hunterbot, even with the current conditions, isn't able to muster a maxed army. This scout has got 9 kills. And tscmoo Protoss has been finally eliminated. Oh dear, where's the scout? Scout is here. So now the scout's hovering there, the observers are somewhere. Oh, tscmoo left, it seems. Pity. But the army, the invincible armies of krasi0 are running up to the Terran encampment of tscmoo, and that was the game. So Nightcat06, thank you very much for this replay. And I think that in accordance with the latter broadcast, or the same broadcast earlier game, if I manage to get these 2 videos together, displays the current dominance or the rising dominance of krasi0, which is finally, after months and months, able to challenge the perennial #1 Ironbot. This was the Student StarCraft AI broadcast, Student StarCraft AI tournament broadcast for this week. Come visit our website, you can see the link in the bottom right. I'll put the links to the Goal project of the University of Delft in the video description as well. Please come and watch us discuss these awesome bots, play against them and learn to code them yourself, because the scene is growing so quick at the moment, it's really a hard job to keep up. Once again, I say thank you for watching and goodbye.